It was sloppy. It was something I've never seen before, and it was also a win. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien here at Nissan Stadium, where the Bengals win their second straight game, a 37-27 victory over the Tennessee Titans. They improved to 6-8 on the year and have won back-to-back games for just the second time this season. Now, when I say sloppy, it was sloppy. 26 penalties, 10 turnovers. The first game since at least 2000, according to the broadcast, that you had 25-plus penalties and 10 turnovers in the same game. It's just a weird game, a unique game. And so let's dive into it. Today's video, by the way, brought to you by BetUS. Look, the Bengals knew they needed this game. They came in rolling on offense, and yet I thought the defense coming into today would be the ones that would have to step up. And early on, that was not the case. Joe Burrow throws an interception, actually right behind me in that part of the field, to start the game. The Titans, 6 plays, 29 yards, take a 7-0 lead, and then Burrow and the offense bounce back. And one of the plays of the year from Joe Burrow was the play to Chase Brown, the first touchdown for the Bengals today, where he's sitting in the pocket, moving, bouncing, back and forth, rolling out, making a defender miss, making another defender miss, and then boom, finds Chase Brown, held the ball for over 9 seconds before finding Chase Brown in the end zone. And what a weapon, speaking of Chase Brown, that he's become. More on him in just a bit. But Joe Burrow, rebounding from the interception, throws that touchdown pass, and then the Titans answer, and they go right down the field and score again. And it's 14-7. It's the first time this season that the Titans scored 14 points in the first quarter. And you're like, all right, what in the world is going on with this defense? Like, we knew it was bad. It's been bad all year. But what in the world is going on? And then the second quarter happened, and they forced not one, not two, but 3 turnovers. First, Will Levis fumbles. Trey Hendrickson tackles him, forces a fumble. Mumajong Meta recovers it, and the Bengals go score. Joe Burrow to Sam Hubbard, who suffered a knee injury. He thinks it's a PCL, potentially a PCL injury, but suffered a knee injury on that touchdown, his first receiving touchdown of his NFL career, in first defensive touchdown. This is Sam with the stat, so he knew it. First defensive player to score a touchdown in a Bengals uniform since 1968, the first year to score a touchdown on offense in a Bengals uniform since 1968, and first defensive player ever in Bengals history to catch a touchdown on offense. So pretty cool. Hurt his knee on that play. We'll know more later this week. Still did his celebration, spiked the ball, and we're posting video of Sam right here on CBT, so make sure you check that out as well in our Bengals React video. But Joe Burrow really responded after that interception. He completed 20 of 27 first half passes for 216 yards and 3 touchdowns. Those 3 touchdowns are important for one big record-breaking reason. I'll get to that coming up in just a second. But my favorite touchdown of the first half was certainly the T. Higgins play, because Joe Burrow is getting hit. Devin Cochran started at left tackle with Cody Ford out with an illness and Orlando Brown Jr. injured. And so Cochran gets beat on the play. You know that you're going to take a hit if you're Joe Burrow, and he lofts it up, and T. Higgins knew he was going to take a hit, took the hit, absorbed the hit, made the catch, completed the catch through the contact. Just a huge, huge play. And that's what was crazy is the Bengals defense, they forced 3 turnovers in the second quarter, and a 14-7 deficit suddenly goes to a 24-14 halftime lead. And so this game flipped, and it was weird, and it felt like it was going to go be a landslide in the Bengals' way until it wasn't. More on that, more on the defense, more on Chase Brown, and much, much more. But first I have to tell you about BetUS. You can use code YouTube150 right now, and maybe it's for the Sunday night games. Maybe it's for the doubleheader on Monday night. You want to get in on the action. They have the fastest payouts in the industry. And when you go to BetUS.com and use code YouTube150, you're going to get a 150% bonus on your first deposit. That's it. That's all you got to do. BetUS.com. Use code YouTube150, and whether it's same-game parlays, prop bets, money lines, you can do it all with BetUS. Whether it's NBA, the college football playoff, maybe you're looking ahead to Bengals-Browns next week at Paycor Stadium. Get in on the action right now. Again, BetUS.com, code YouTube150 for a 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. All right, let's get to the rest of this game. And so the Bengals have a 24-14 halftime lead, and you're like, all right, they're going to cruise. And then Geno Stone with the interception on Will Levis returns it 39 yards for a score, and you're like, man, they are really going to cruise. This is it. Geno Stone coming along, making some plays, 31-14. And then it just got weird. And it got weird because Jordan Battle recovers the fumble and drops the ball, and he wasn't celebrating. Like, it wasn't a celebration where he was dropping the ball. He was switching hands, and it bumped out. And we're posting video of Jordan as well talking about this. But you got to hold on to the ball. Didn't hold on to the ball. Jamar Chase said that Jordan's got to buy lunch this week. And I said it's going to be a pricey lunch, huh? He was like, yeah, steak on Jordan. So makes a lot of sense. What doesn't make sense is not getting 7 there. And that left the door open for the Titans. That's why this game was closer and was a 10-point game when it didn't have to be. It really didn't have to be. But when it got weird there, and it was 31-21, Chase Brown is the one that kind of stabilized the waters. Joe Burrow is mad at Zach Taylor and mad at the operation and frustrated, and he's calmed the waters. And just really, really high level of play from Chase Brown. And Jamar Chase saying he can do it all, praising him. He said he can run, he can catch, he can block, he can do it all. Joe saying how great he is, singing his praises as well. So Chase Brown continues to produce at a high level and has been really, really dynamic for the Bengals. Had a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. The rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter put the game away, gave the Bengals a 37-21 lead. Let's get back to Joe Burrow because he set records today. 3 touchdown passes. He's had at least 3 touchdown passes in 6 straight games. He's the Bengals, and he was coming into this year. He had the most touchdown passes in a single season in Bengals history, 35. He did that in 2022. Well, this year already, with 3 games left, he has 36 touchdown passes and could easily get to that 40 mark. Absolutely. And he was frustrated after the game. And I think that's the good thing is you get the win, you're 6-8, and you're still angry. You're still frustrated with how things went. If you're Zach, if you're Joe, and Jamar talked about it a little bit, Chase Brown talked about it a little bit. Like, Joe's frustrated. And I think that's a good thing because they know they have to get better. They know they need to be better. Joe talking after the game, and we posted this entire video, so make sure you check it out, whether it's Joe or Zach or any of the Bengals players' comments. But they all know and aren't even really talking about playoffs. They know it's a long shot. But they also know that there is a shot. And the only way there's a shot is if they win out. And so while today was a step in the right direction, I think it's good because you better know that if you play like this next week against Cleveland, against that defense, and who knows, maybe that offense will gift wrap multiple turnovers, but you're probably not getting 6 turnovers next week. You're probably not going to have a pick 6 and what should have been a 60-yard fumble for a touchdown. Probably not getting both of those. Like, this was a very unique game where Will Levis gets benched. Mason Rudolph, there's an interception after going in the game. Like, it's just Brian Callahan needs a quarterback. There's no doubt about it. But this team, this Bengals team, found a way. And it was a weird game early on, and they responded. And this defense responded. And this defense made some plays. It needs to continue. It needs to continue. And that's their mindset. And no one can argue with that. 6-8, we'll see if they can keep it up. But the Bengals have won back-to-back games for the second time this year. Like I said, Joe Burrow sets a record, and we'll see. Jamar Chase continues to rack up the receptions, has a pretty hefty lead from a touchdown perspective, and so didn't necessarily need one today. Got tackled short of the goal line, right over here actually, at about the 2-yard line. But overall, this team, they needed a win. They got a win. It was ugly. Ugly still counts. You know how many games this season where they've lost ugly? In these ugly games, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you win. It matters if you can handle business, find a way to win, then you can forget that ugliness at least a little bit. Or it makes it a little easier to digest it and make the corrections and move forward. And so the Bengals are 6-8. They send a lot of Bengals fans home happy. There were a lot of Bengals fans in the stands and a lot of empty seats in these stands as well because, let's be honest, the Titans are going through it right now here in Nashville. Make sure you check out all of our videos that we posted. If you're looking for more post-game reaction, check out bengalstalk.com. Obviously, support our sponsor, BetUS. Support. And for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien signing off, where the Bengals have improved to 6-8 on the year with a 37-27 victory over the Tennessee Titans. Thank you so much for watching right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.